How to forecast accurately in CapSim, a step-by-step practical guide. Hello and welcome to today's lecture on one of the most essential skills in CapSim business simulation, forecasting. Whether you're competing in Capstone or Foundation, being able to accurately forecast your product sales is the backbone of making sound decisions in production, marketing, finance, and even R&D. In this lesson, we'll walk through the entire forecasting process. I'll show you how to extract key data from the Fast Track report, how to interpret market share, growth rates, and calculate expected demand for the next round. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with a hands-on method that you can use in your own CapSim game to avoid stockouts and emergency loans, and maximize your profits. Let's begin. Small Blue Diamond Part 1, Understanding the role of forecasting. Forecasting is all about predicting how many units of a product you'll need to produce in the next round. Forecast too low, and you'll stock out, missing out on potential revenue. Forecast too high, and you overproduce, leading to inventory carrying costs, or worse, emergency loans. So how do we avoid both extremes? The answer lies in reading the data CapSim provides you, specifically from the Industry Conditions Report and the Fast Track Report, and applying a simple mathematical process that we'll now explore. Small Blue Diamond Part 2, Finding the Right Data. Let's look at the Fast Track Report. We'll begin with the low-tech segment. Here's what you're looking for: total industry demand for the low-tech segment, current round, projected growth rate for next round, your product's current market share, the system's forecasted market share for your product in the next round. These four numbers are all we need to build a solid forecast. Let's use an example. Suppose the total industry demand for low-tech in the current round is 10,804 units. The expected growth rate is 10%. We calculate the projected total demand next round like this: Abacus total next round demand equals current demand times 1 plus growth rate equals 10,804 times 1.10 is equal to 11,884 units. So the market will grow to about 11,884 units next round. Now, look at your product's projected market share. The Fast Track report may show that you're expected to capture 14.3% of the low-tech market. Multiply that projected market share by the total forecasted demand. Abacus forecasted sales equals 11,884 times 0.143 is equal to 1,699 units. So, based on the system's prediction, you can expect to sell around 1,699 units of your product in the next round. To be safe, we usually round up slightly. Producing 1,705 or even 1,710 units gives you a safety buffer in case demand exceeds expectations. This small safety stock helps avoid stockouts. Small Blue Diamond Part 3, Applying it to the high-tech market. Now let's go through the exact same process with the high-tech segment. Let's assume current total industry demand equals 9,288 units. Forecasted growth rate equals 20%. Your expected market share equals 11.7%. First, project total market demand. Abacus total demand next round is equal to 9,288 times 1.20 equals 11,145 units. Then calculate your sales. Abacus forecasted sales equals 11,145 times 0.117 is equal to 1,304 units. So you should produce about 1,304 units. If you had produced only 1,000 last round and sold out, this would explain the stockout. If you now produce 1,300 but don't have enough capacity, you will need to increase capacity as well. Small Blue Diamond Part 4, Adjusting for new products. Here's something many students overlook: the number of competitors in your segment affects how much each company can sell. For example, if you currently have 10 high-tech products in the market, and you learn that a new product will be introduced next round, there will now be 11 products competing for demand. That changes the math. If total projected high-tech demand is still 11,145 units, and there are now 11 players, that gives you an average of 1,013 units per product, assuming equal performance. Of course, not all products are equal. If your product has higher accessibility or better customer awareness, you can capture more than the average. But you should be cautious. If the new product has a capacity of only 460 units, it won't threaten your market share significantly. However, if it comes in with a high automation level, top-notch specs, and a huge promo budget, it may bite into your share. Watch competitors closely. Small Blue Diamond Part 5, Forecasting Capacity and Automation. Forecasting isn't just about how many units to sell, it affects how many units you must be able to produce. Your capacity in the production module should match your forecasted sales plus any desired safety stock. Don't forget to factor in first shift and second shift labor. First shift can handle 100% of capacity, but second shift labor is paid at a premium. Let's say you want to produce 1,700 units, but you only have 1,500 capacity. You can either increase capacity now, note that new capacity comes in next round, use second shift labor for the extra 200 units this round. Also, remember, automation changes your labor cost per unit. Higher automation reduces labor costs but slows R&D responsiveness. In short, forecast first, then align capacity, then consider automation. Small Blue Diamond Part 6, Avoiding Overproduction. What happens if you produce 2,000 units but only sell 1,600? You'll carry 400 units as inventory. That's expensive, especially if the product becomes outdated next round. You may be forced to discount it or even discontinue it. Overproduction can also lead to emergency loans. If you produce too much and don't sell, your cash gets tied up in unsold inventory, which triggers negative cash flow. That's why precise forecasting is essential. The method we just went through helps minimize that risk. Small Blue Diamond Part 7, Strategic Adjustments. Performance, size, age, and price. Your forecast is also affected by how attractive your product is in the eyes of the customer. Factors include product age. Customers in low-tech prefer older products. Performance and size. High-tech customers want newer, better specs. Price. If your price is too high or too low, it affects demand. Reliability. MTBF. If it's below expectations, demand falls. So when forecasting, always check how your specs compare to customer preferences, where your product ranks against competitors. Whether you're planning an update this year, if you plan to revise the product this round, e.g., to reduce age or improve specs, adjust the forecast slightly higher if you expect better competitiveness. Small Blue Diamond Part 8, Watching Competitors. To forecast effectively, always pay attention to competitors. Are they launching new products? Are they discontinuing any? What are their current sales and market share? Do they have capacity increases planned? You can get this information from Fast Track Reports Courier for Foundation, Capstone Courier for Capstone. If a new high-tech product enters the game with strong marketing and specs, your forecast needs to be more conservative. If a competitor is phasing out a product, you may see a demand bump. Small Blue Diamond Part 9, Recap. The forecasting formula. Let's recap the basic forecasting method. Step 1. Get total industry demand for the segment. Step 2. Apply growth rate to project next round demand. Step 3. Multiply by your expected market share. Step 4. Add 1 to 2% safety stock. Step 5. Adjust based on competitor moves, product changes, or marketing strategy. Step 6. Align capacity and automation accordingly. This method is simple, logical, and highly effective. When used consistently, it prevents stockouts, reduces overproduction, and keeps your financials healthy. Small Blue Diamond Part 10, Final Tips and Best Practices. Let me leave you with some advanced forecasting tips. White heavy checkmark. Tip 1. Use Excel to track your forecast each round. White heavy checkmark. Tip 2. Color code segments and assumptions for clarity. White heavy checkmark. Tip 3. Validate your forecast with sales and inventory reports. White heavy checkmark. Tip 4. Communicate with teammates if you're in a group setting. White heavy checkmark. Tip 5. If unsure, produce slightly under rather than grossly over. White heavy checkmark. Tip 6. Monitor your contribution margin. If that drops, check forecasting accuracy. Remember, forecasting is both an art and a science. With these techniques, you'll shift from guessing to strategic planning. Blue Book conclusion. And that brings us to the end of this lecture. You've learned how to use real data from the CapSim reports to forecast demand, calculate production targets, and make informed decisions across all departments. With careful application, this skill will set you apart from other teams and improve your overall game performance. Now go ahead and apply this in your own simulation. Use your numbers. Follow the steps. And track the results. With consistent practice, you'll master forecasting, and that mastery can win you the game. Fastest support TO get top results $9.99 for CapSim email, behelp2002@gmail.com blog, https://capsimguide2021.blogspot.com free Excel file for all 8 rounds, download from blog or send the email. Online quick support Q&A equals WhatsApp equals https://bit.ly/3silp9u whole game support equals $50 for 8 rounds equals top results. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.